Today, I'll give you a tour and tell you about the world's largest brick cathedral, a masterpiece of Gothic architecture, the Basilica of the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary in Gdansk. The cathedral is known as the Crown of Gdańsk due to its sheer scale, location, and symbolic importance to the city. So the crown is a metaphor. The temple doesn't just physically tower over the city, it symbolically embodies its history, faith, and grandeur. The Basilica of the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary in Gdansk is one of Poland's most significant landmarks and a symbol of the city. It's a massive Gothic church that's truly impressive in its scale and history. It's a stone chronicle of a city that stood for centuries at the crossroads of trade, faith, and historical storms. Its history dates back to 1343, when the first stone of the future sanctuary was laid. Construction lasted for nearly 160 years, until 1502. This wasn't a project of kings or popes, but of the people of Gdansk, merchants, craftsmen, and sailors. It was their funds, faith, and ambition that created Europe's largest brick church, a monument that still impresses with its grandeur today. The Basilica's Gothic architecture is restrained yet grand at the same time. Its massive walls seem to grow from the earth, while the interior opens up with unexpected lightness and light. It can hold up to 30,000 people, an entire city under one single vault. But the true soul of the temple lies in the details. Among them, the 15th century astronomical clock holds a special place, a complex mechanism showing not just time, but celestial movements. In the Middle Ages, this was a symbol of harmony between faith and science, between heaven and earth. The Basilica's history is also a story of change. After the Reformation, it became Lutheran and remained so for nearly 4 centuries. Only after the Second World War did the church return to the Catholic tradition. The war almost destroyed the building. In 1945, it was severely damaged, but thanks to restorers and locals, the basilica rose like a phoenix from the ashes. Among those who visited this church, John Paul II holds a special place. His presence here became a symbol of the spiritual link between Poland's history and its present. Today, the Basilica is not just a place of prayer, but a cultural space. Organ music concerts are held here regularly, attracting performers and listeners from all over the world. In these sounds, the architecture itself comes alive. Every note highlights the grandeur of the vaults and the depth of time. The organ of the Basilica of the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary is one of Poland's most impressive instruments. The modern organ was installed in the second half of the 20th century after wartime destruction, yet it continues the traditions of the temple's ancient instruments. Its powerful sound fills the vast space of the basilica, creating an effect of total immersion. Thanks to the unique acoustics, international organ music festivals are held here regularly, attracting world-class performers. Climbing the temple tower, conquering hundreds of steps, the visitor gets more than just a panorama of Gdansk. They gain a sense of the scale of history, of a city that survived wars, changes of faith and power, yet kept its soul. The stone floor of the basilica is a kind of memory book for the city. It consists of hundreds of tombstones from the 15th to the 18th centuries, under which wealthy residents of Gdansk are buried: merchants, councillors, masters. Each slab is decorated with coats of arms, inscriptions, and symbols that tell of the status and faith of the people of their time. Walking through the temple, the visitor literally passes through history, where every stone preserves human destinies. Among the basilica's most precious sculptures, the Pieta holds a special place, an emotionally charged composition depicting the Virgin Mary's grief over Christ's body. These sculptures convey not only religious meaning, but also a profound human drama. The Baroque funerary sculptural composition in the basilica is dedicated to the theme of life and death. In the center is an emaciated winged figure, an allegory of death, holding a book as a symbol of the sum of a human life. Beside it, a young female figure rises upwards, personifying the soul and the yearning for eternity. Other figures convey emotions of grief and reflection. Dramatic gestures and facial expressions are characteristic of the Baroque style. Behind it is a memorial plaque with a Latin inscription commemorating a specific individual. But the entire composition has a universal meaning about the transience of life and the hope for salvation. Another sculptural composition is dedicated to the biblical King David. In the center, he is depicted in a crown as a musician, a symbol of harmony between power, faith, and art. On both sides are angels with musical instruments, trumpets, and strings. They personify the heavenly choir accompanying David's psalms. Gilded wings add a sense of solemnity to the composition. The Basilica's bronze baptismal font was crafted in the 16th century. At its center is a large basin for baptism, adorned with reliefs of biblical scenes, symbolizing purification and a new spiritual life. Surrounding it are sculptures, allegorical figures in harmonious poses typical of Renaissance art. They emphasize the solemnity of the composition. For centuries, this font was used to baptize the city's residents, making it not just a work of art, but a place where the spiritual lives of thousands began, a living intersection of personal history and the city's grand history. The pulpit, the church's ambo, is the place from which sermons were delivered. It is designed in a late Renaissance style with Baroque elements and features a complex, almost theatrical composition. Another pulpit is in the late Gothic style and resembles a miniature architectural tower. The entire surface is covered in delicate openwork carving. Pointed arches, lacy ornaments, and decorative rosettes create an effect of lightness, as if the structure's growing upwards. Next to the Gothic pulpit, a memorial tomb relief, an epitaph, is fixed to the column. Created in the Baroque style, it is dedicated to a specific person, usually a wealthy resident of Gdansk, a merchant or a city official. At the center of the composition is a painted depiction of Christ's resurrection, symbolizing the hope for the soul's salvation. Such epitaphs serve not only a commemorative, but also an educational function, reminding of the fleeting nature of life and the eternity of the soul. One of the most striking paintings in the church is a composition on the theme of the Last Judgment, executed in the Northern Renaissance tradition. The work was created in the 15th century. The Basilica of the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary in Gdansk is an important point on the Pomeranian Way of St. James, the Camino de Santiago. The church serves as a place of rest and prayer for pilgrims. The Basilica of the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary is not just a Gothic monument, it is a witness to human perseverance, faith, and the quest for eternity. And that is why, standing beneath its vaults, we feel that before us is not just a building, but living history.